Welcome to Public Safety Talk Radio, the podcast for all of our heroes of public safety, including law enforcement professionals, firefighters, EMTs, corrections officers, healthcare workers, and more. The show is produced by the POCUA and is founded upon its Soundness initiative. This episode is also sponsored by the POCUA, a consortium of financial institutions serving law enforcement, as well as other first responders and public safety professionals. Always remember, if you aren't banking with the POCUA credit union, you're just working with an institution that just so happens to serve public safety professionals, and you deserve better. Hi, I'm Ken Bator, your host for Public Safety Talk Radio, with the special Thanksgiving edition. Now, this will be a short episode to give myself an opportunity to thank many people and many organizations, but I also have a couple of Thanksgiving gifts that I think will be appreciated and well received, because I do believe that around the holidays in December, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or something that I've left out, trying to be politically correct as best as I can, which many of you who know me personally may not be my way, but sometimes you get so inundated in late December that you see gifts and all these other things, cards and wishes, and they kind of fall through the cracks. I always felt that when you give a Thanksgiving gift, a Thanksgiving wish, that it cuts through a little bit more of the noise. So number one, a happy Thanksgiving to everybody that listens to this show and everybody that supports Public Safety Talk Radio. But a special thank you to all public safety professionals that are working this holiday. I know this holiday this year, in a ridiculous year of 2020, I know I'm being Captain Obvious on that, may be one of the most, if not the most difficult times to be working for any public safety professional, whether it be our police officers, some of which had to work some pretty tough riots, were spit on, yelled at, sworn at, that this may be a rough time to be working, especially a 12-hour shift for Thanksgiving, taking care of your community, putting your needs and possibly even your family needs on the back burner so that you can keep us safe for Thanksgiving. I appreciate it personally, and I know many people appreciate the work you're doing in law enforcement, as well as all other public safety professionals, whether they be firefighters, EMTs, healthcare workers, and anybody else that I may have left out. 911 operators, I don't think we talk enough about those folks, and corrections officers that are working this Thanksgiving, whether it be on actual Thanksgiving or throughout the weekend. I appreciate your service. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate the fact that you may be working in a hospital during a COVID-19 pandemic, serving other people's families instead of being with your own. Firefighters, working hopefully not on too many calls of mistakes that have happened with those deep fried turkeys. I hear that that's a real issue come Thanksgiving for firefighters and EMTs. My hope is that you don't get any of those calls. I know that's not realistic, but I hope that you're staying safe as well for Thanksgiving. So a sincere, I appreciate all of your work as a public safety professional this holiday and every holiday. Happy Thanksgiving and thank you. But I also want to talk briefly about the folks within the POCUA. First of all, I think part of the Thanksgiving needs to go out to all of our credit unions that are a foundation of the POCUA. For all of you public safety professionals out there, there's a reason why we use that tagline, that if you're not working with a POCUA credit union, that you're just working with somebody that may serve public safety professionals. Our institutions go above and beyond. They're not for profit. Our POCUA credit unions, and I've seen this, put the needs of public safety profession families
ahead of many of the other things that they do. That's number one to them. That's their whole reason for being. They're not just another bank. They're even not just another credit union. They focus specifically on serving public safety professionals out there and their families. So take a look at the map at policecreditunions.com. We have a credit union for just about every area. We certainly have that covered on the law enforcement end. We have several credit unions in specific areas. And then also we have the National Police Credit Union that could serve many areas that may not have a physical police credit union there. So thank you, a special thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to all the credit unions that make the POCUA what it is today. And I want to also tell those institutions that are not a part of the POCUA that do have the same passion for serving public safety professionals. If you're interested in the POCUA, we will give you a trial membership. You won't be put on the map, you won't be put on the listing. But if you want to join us for some of our online collaboration forums, get a feel for who we are and what we're about, I am happy to give you a Thanksgiving gift of a 3-month trial membership. You don't have to give me a credit card or anything like that on some of these other trial memberships that want to charge you immediately once the trial is up. The trial is up. You don't owe us a dime. But if you want to join us for 3 months, in fact, this will go on starting today, which is just before Thanksgiving, until March 31st, 2021. You want to join our online collaborations, you want to be on our email and kind of get a handle on how we operate and what we're doing, and more importantly, what we're trying to accomplish for public safety professionals and each other within the association, I will be more than happy to give you a 3-month trial in the POCUA, no cost. And if you don't like it, no questions asked. But more times than not, our credit unions and other organizations, which I'll get into real quickly, uh, really appreciate what we're doing, not only for each other, but also for police, fire, EMT, and other public safety professionals out there, and want to be a part of this network we have had for over 15 years and continued to build. Speaking of institutions and organizations, we also have a public safety partner program. Used to be called a police partner program, but as we're evolving into public safety, we have renamed it to public safety partners. And these are folks that you may have remembered that I have mentioned before on this show. They are Yoga for First Responders, Serve and Protect, and How to Love Our Cops. These are organizations that are 501c3 companies and serve public safety professionals in one way, shape, or form. We are looking for more of those. So if you're interested in that, we do have a program whereby you can join the POCUA complimentary without a cost. There are some parameters to that, but for 501c3 organizations that serve public safety professionals and their families, we certainly want to talk to you. And that is an ongoing Thanksgiving gift, if you will, because that's a program we've had for a while. Last Thanksgiving gift that I want to mention is we've just started a new program called Public Safety Podcast Partners. And these are podcast hosts and producers that have first responder related podcasts out there. In fact, let me play a small snippet from our first collaboration meeting for the Public Safety Podcast Partners. I was able to get approval from 3 of our podcasts that are part of that, which is Darren Birch from Badge Boys, Christy Warren from Firefighter Deconstructed,
and of course, Kenzie and Holly from Crimeaholics. Here's a small snippet from our collaboration meeting of podcasters for first responders, and it'll give you a little bit of an idea of what we do and the value of that particular group. Listen in now.
I only record. It's a studio, so it's a set time period. It is what it is. We have to get our guests scheduled for that time period, so it's not based on my schedule. It's based on the studio. I did want to offer up to Kenzie, um, as far as my book, the second one. I do have a story that's going to go onto the ID channel. You probably know who Joe Kenda is. He has a show called American Detectives that are coming on after he's done with his Homicide Hunter. And if you need a guest, I'd love to do that. Yeah,
Sorry.
based on what I do, I in touch with a lot of detectives, a lot of big crime detectives. The Pulse shooting, the Las Vegas shooting, and so forth. So if you do need a connection, it sounds like you have more of a time management issue than you do a guest issue. But if you do need a guest, let me know. Also, I'll offer myself, my book is going to be on the ID channel. If you know who Joe Kenda is, a lot of people now. Yeah,
Yes.
he's a buddy of mine. I'm going to be on
We
his
know who he
show
is.
in February, so I could get Joe Kenda and promote my book at the same time. And kind of like with Christy and I, she was on my show. I strongly suggest getting podcast people, because then you've got this network going, kind of like we're talking with Ken, and you can get guests that way. Again, I realize right now early on it's a time management issue more than a guest issue, but at one point, trust me, you will get into a guest issue.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to. If there's anything we can do for you guys, please let us know.
Oh yeah, and like I said, we got off topic, but I wrote all of everybody's podcasts down. Chrissy, yours sounds amazing.
Yeah.
What you're doing for
We
people.
love it.
Yeah, I'm excited to check everybody's stuff out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely check. You're out, and I already listened to the Badge Boys, and yeah, you guys are adorable. You put together a really good group. Everybody in this group is. But you put together a really good group. So far, I really like everybody. I'm really excited about it.
So, as part of my Thanksgiving gift, if you have a first responder related podcast and you're interested in being part of the collaboration to grow your podcast, to help support more first responders out there, and to learn from all of us, reach out to me at kbator, B-A-T-O-R, at policecreditunions.net, not .com. That's our website. My email is .net. And I'll talk to you about your podcast and make sure that it's appropriate for our collaboration and that it makes sense for you. For now, that would be completely free until March 31st of 2021. After that time, we are going to be charging a nominal fee given some of the resources that are needed to support a collaboration group like that. But right now, we want to continue to grow that and on top of the foundation that we have of some already great podcasters in that space. But please reach out to me and we'll see if the collaboration group for our public safety podcast partners makes sense for you. And again, that is my Thanksgiving gift to you, especially for supporting first responders out there. But again, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thank you for everything that you do, whether you're a public safety professional that's working hard this Thanksgiving holiday, whether you are part of our POCUA and you're a credit union serving first responders, you are one of our public safety partners that are serving police, fire, and other public safety professionals. And of course, I would be remiss in not saying happy Thanksgiving to our business partners. As we try to do in this association, nobody is a second-class citizen, and you should take a look at our sponsors that aren't just sponsors. We call them business partners for a reason because they are our partners in everything that we're doing. Some of them provide services specifically to our police and firefighter credit unions.
Others do serve not only us, but the public as well, and public safety professionals. So big thank you as well to all of our business partners this Thanksgiving, but to all of you, to all that have either watched or listened to this short little Thanksgiving episode. Happy Thanksgiving. Be well, be safe. God bless. And I will be back with you in about a week with another great episode. Take care.
Public Safety Talk Radio is produced by the POCUA. POCUA is a consortium of financial institutions serving law enforcement as well as other first responders and public safety professionals. To learn more about our association and to find one of our credit unions or service providers near you, go to www.policecreditunions.com. And always remember, if you aren't working with one of our POCUA credit unions, you're just banking with an institution that just so happens to serve first responders. As a public safety professional, you and your family deserve better. Find a POCUA credit union today.